Hello everyone, HiGPS here with an update for our mode, Manned Machines. And if you haven't seen the mode before, it's a mode where some people are giant robots and other people's are players with custom stats and stuff. So some of the robots are based off of known personalities, while others are just stuff that we made up. So this is a mode we've been working on for quite some time now. Don't know exactly how long it's been, but it's been like a year or two, something like that. And it's a lot of fun, and lately I've been working a lot on this mod because right now I am in the progress of changing like a career shift with my job, so my time will be a bit limited, but I've been managing to crank out an update and changing a few things for the better, which makes this a whole lot easier for you guys if you guys want to contribute to this mode and maybe make your own robots and stuff like that. So I'll just go over and try to explain exactly what kind of the changes have been. Like if you just play the mode, these changes, like you won't really see much on the surface. This is mainly just back-end stuff that we've been doing in like under the hood to make it run not shit, basically, is what I've tried to do. So if we take a look here and look at this very wrong image here. Ta-da! Seamless transition! That didn't take a long time. Anyway, so this is what the code usually looked like before. So we would have like a bunch of code, like this stuff sets the attributes that helps like you become the robot and stuff. And this would basically just be copy and pasted for every single robot. So we would have like all the robot definitions here, like the names and stuff, class, and then some backend stuff, and then all like this other crap would just be in the same thing. Like here, like these are all like the attributes that we applied, like movement, speed, penalty, and stuff like that. And then later we would have a function that like gives you the weapon and gives you the attributes. And this was just copy pasted for like 102 robots. So this was copy pasted 102 times, which is excessive because all of these like takes up their own like space in memory, which isn't very efficient. So what I did is that I rewrote how this works to make it read config files and only read what data is necessary. So we changed this crap into a very nice, organized config file that looks like this. This is my config file that has a lot of comments in it, just explaining what everything is. So here you can see like you create like a robot. It has a name, it has a role, subclass. This is just like shit that shows up in the menu when you're picking the robot. Like if we go back to the game here and I try to change a robot, you can see like I get, like, you can see the name and the class, and then also, like, here we have the subclasses and stuff like that. All this information we find here, like, in these, so we can, like, group robots together so they're easier to find. And basically stuff like that, if you want, like, custom sounds and stuff. And then you have the weapon attributes and stuff like that. So I also added a feature, because some of our robots use different, or only one of our robots, use one of this, like the Buried Expense robot has a different cosmetic depending on what team you're on. So I added like this, where you can like specify only create this cosmetic if you're on this team, and then of course you can paint it and stuff like that. Also changed how the paint works. You no longer need a value, you just put the name of the paint and it works. We also have a feature where if you want the robots to have a condition when they spawn, we've added like player conditions where you can like specify what condition it is. In this case, it's condition number 4, and condition number 4 is cloak. So all the spy, this is the spy for Black Shiv, the one that uses the grappling hook weapon, where he just, like all spies in this mode, they start invisible, and when they decloak, there's like some stuff happening to let everybody knows that you're a spy. So that's basically what's been going on in the end. So what I could have done is that I could just go through all the different files. These are the config files. I could just go through all of these files individually. Like this is the Spitfire robot. You can see there's a lot of copy-pasted code here, a lot of copy-pasted code here. So what I could do, I could just manually sift through all these 102 different robots and put them into a CFG file manually, and that would probably take like 2 days. But I said, fuck that. And I decided to use ChatGPT to help me make Python scripts to help me convert all the, convert these plugins to the CFG file, which was actually pretty good. We can see here from the Python we had a lot of like, I don't know if I can show it. Let me see. Hold on. All right, great cut. Anyway, so we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 different scripts that I used that kind of maybe almost got this right. And then I manually stitched the data I got together. It only took like 1.5 months. But it was worth it because it was less work that way. Good stuff. So now it works and it should be fine. I've tested all the robots and been very thorough. I spent like the last weekend doing only this and making sure everything worked. I might have missed some stats or something, but we'll figure that out later if it shows up to be a problem or something like that. But now that we have that in case, or that case in the bag, the case is closed. I did, subscribe to a month of the ChatGPT 4, which is a lot better than 3.5. So I think it's only fair because everyone who helps with the mod, like makes maps or helps out with some plugins or code stuff or something like that, I always ask them like, hey, do you want to like be represented by a robot in this mode? And some say yes, some say no, and I think it would only make sense that in a game mode full of robots, there should be one robot that is designed by ChatGPT. Now, I asked ChatGPT if it has like desires, and it says like no, it's like stateless. But whatever you ask it, it will try to do. So I think it has the desire of always wanting to do that. Of course, it has no memory of ever helping me with this because this is like, many different inquiries and stuff like that. But if I say that you remember, you helped me, it will be like, okay, I helped you. So let's do just that. So I have prepared everything with in my browser here. I have a dictation software. I tried to use Windows dictation software and it sucks. All right, actually, hold on. I'll show you how bad it. All right, so here I'm just going to use this web page dictation.ao, which I tried, which worked like phenomenally. Why did it opened Phantom Pain? What? No, I don't want to start. Wait, hold no. What? It started the fucking game Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. Why did it start that? No, I don't want to open Blend Visual Studio. What the fuck is happening? Oh, you guys can't see this. All right, well, it's a good thing we opened the node documentation for Java. All right, let me just close Metal Gear Solid 5. Don't press the home key. Don't close OBS. What the? Okay. All right, I turned it off. I'm literally just talking, and what I just said, it wanted to open Metal Gear Solid 5, open the Java documentation somehow, and it wanted to close my streaming software, which I am recording this with, as I'm recording. Yeah, okay, so let me just give an example here. So I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna start the voice recognition. Let's see if I can. It wanted to open this. Right, it wanted to open like the Visual Studio. It's like this thing fucking sucks. All right. Anyway, let's do a comparison. All right, ChatGPT, what kind of robot do you want to be? Hello, write the dictation, please. I said, hello, write the dictation, please. It said, hello rates by the example is. This thing only got right because it sounds right. This is how fucking bad This voice recognition it's fucking embarrassing. I almost said Nintendo, but I meant Microsoft. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn that off because, like, it doesn't work. Anyway, so I have ChatGPT here. And I have 11 Labs here to dictate what ChatGPT says in an old man voice, which I think is old and wise. So let's give it a shot. Hello, ChatGPT. You have been instrumental in the help of creating some robot plugins that I use in my Team Fortress 2 mod called Manned Machines. As a token of my appreciation, would you like to be a robot in that mode? Choose yes or no, and we will work together on how you can design your own robot. So I think that got most of it right.
For 50 years, the Gold Museum has been telling the story of Lapland's colourful gold. Thank you for the kind words and offer. While I don't have feelings or emotions in the traditional sense, I'm happy to assist and provide information to help you design a robot based on my capabilities. So in that spirit, yes, let's collaborate on designing a robot for your mod. How can I assist you in creating this character?
You can assist by first picking if you want to be a fast or a slow robot. The difference is the slow robots are more powerful and have more health, while the faster ones have less health and are less powerful.
Given that my primary function is to provide vast amounts of information and process complex tasks quickly, it might make sense for the robot representation of me to be fast, emphasizing my rapid processing capabilities. So, let's go with a fast robot. How shall we proceed?
We have some categories for you to pick. The first category in this Team Fortress 2 game mode is that the limitation is that you have to be one of the 9 Team Fortress 2 classes, only as a robot. The first class is a special one, which is a Sentry Buster. Now, the speciality of a Sentry Buster is that they are very strong against buildings, but not as strong against players. After that, we have some open spots in the damage category, more of classes that uses flames, melee, or grenades as primary weapons. So a pyro, any class that uses a melee, or a demo man using any kind of grenade launcher. Then we have engineer. We have a tank, which is basically a melee robot, except they do less damage, but they have more health to compensate. You can also pick spy, and lastly, you can pick a healer, which is traditionally a medic.
Considering my function and how I assist users, I believe that being a support or utility role might be fitting. Therefore, an engineer robot that assists other robots by building structures or repairing them might be a suitable representation. This would metaphorically align with how I provide users with information and solution. If that sounds good, let's design an engineer robot based on ChatGPT. If not, I'm open to suggestions.
All right, an engineer bot it is. Now, imagine that you are Skynet from Terminator, creating and designing a robot that is helping other robots destroy humans. Now, the class is engineer, and you are limited to the arsenal of the engineer's weapons. You can use any kind of combination of primary, secondary, and melee weapons that the engineer has, period. I know you are familiar with the arsenal that the engineer has. So what weapons would you like to see used on your robot? Question mark. You need at least a wrench. Primary and secondary weapons are completely optional.
Given the thematic backdrop you've provided of being akin to Skynet, the choices would ideally be a blend of utility and aggressiveness. Let's design this engineer bot. Primary weapon, Frontier Justice. This weapon gives revenge crits for every sentry kill and assist when the sentry is destroyed. It aligns with the theme of an intelligent, revenge-seeking AI. Secondary weapon, Short Circuit. It can destroy projectiles in mid-air. This not only provides defensive capabilities to the robot army, but also represents a tech-based way to counter enemy threats, much like how a futuristic AI would devise methods to neutralize threats. Melee wrench, Eureka effect.
It's getting more and more crazy the longer it reads.
The ability to teleport back to spawn or to the teleporter's exit instantly could symbolize the omnipresence of an AI, being able to be anywhere virtually. Additionally, it offers utility in quick movement around the battlefield. This set gives the robot both an offensive edge with the Frontier Justice and a utility defensive edge with the Short Circuit and Eureka effect.
Okay, so the robot has essentially made, because we already have these robots in the game, more or less. So if you look at the engineer, we have Brainiac, which have the Mate Porter ability and Eureka effect. He has the Rescue Ranger, though. But we do have I like that the robot has basically designed the No Fungineer, except instead of, well, he has the revenge crits, so it's also like the gnome. So he's basically taken elements from all three existing robots and turned them into one. All right. So here comes the interesting part. Let's see what kind of stats it wants, right? So of course it's going to suggest them, but I have to balance it. But I have to ask him specifically how he wants to do this, because now I will mention that you can add custom attributes and you can make the weapons do different things. And I will also inform him that we already have existing robots that kind of do this thing. So let's see how that goes. All right, those are some good choices. However, we already have some existing engineers and you overlap with some of them. Luckily, we can use attributes to alter how the weapons and the engineer work to make them more unique. I will explain to you some of the other engineers, period. One engineer is called Brainiac. He has the Eureka effect and the Rescue Ranger and the ability to teleport to teammates from anywhere on the map without the need to use a teleporter exit, though he can use the same ability, as you mentioned, that Eureka effect can do. We have the Gnome, which can throw buildings and also has a boosted Frontier Justice with larger clip size. And lastly, we have the No Fungineer, which uses the Pomson, the Gunslinger, as well as the Short Circuit. Now, in this mode, it is important that the robots do different things, even though they have the same weapons. Now, you can tweak the stats whatever you like using the attributes that you can put on weapons, like the ones from Man versus Machine. Let's start with the Frontier Justice. How do you want to design the Frontier Justice so it suits a boss-like engineer type designed by Skynet? I will now give you an outline of the Gnome robot that I mentioned and how the stats are structured. You can edit this structure to change the name to what you want your name of the robot to be, as well as the additional attributes for each of your weapons. If you aren't certain what the correct weapon name is, just put the names you already put there and I will correct it for you. All right, so here's the engineer for the Gnome, and let's see if it just makes it on its own. Dude, it gave itself its own cosmetics.
All right, let's craft a unique engineer robot based on my capabilities, while considering the other engineer bots in the game. The ChatGPT Guardian is designed as a tech-savvy support engineer with enhanced building capabilities. It can set up structures faster and has better repair rates. Its wrench attributes and the Frontier Justice tweaks make it formidable, but not overly powerful. I also imagined some fictional cosmetics like Virtuoso Visor, data drapes, and network neckwear to fit the AI theme. Adjust these as you see fit based on available items or themes you have in mind.
Since you are familiar with Team Fortress 2, I want you to specify 3 engineer-specific cosmetics that your robot can use. You can also specify if you want them to be painted or not.
All right. Considering the theme of a high-tech, AI-driven engineer robot, I'd suggest the following cosmetics that exist in the Team Fortress 2 universe. Virtual reality headset. This fits the AI and tech-savvy theme perfectly. It's a visor that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Paint. An extraordinary abundance of tinge to give it a sleek, modern appearance. Brainiac hairpiece. This gives the engineer an intelligent, professorial appearance. When combined with the VR headset, it provides a mix of old-school intelligence and modern tech. Paint, unpainted, to keep its original color. Pip-Boy, a nod to the Fallout series. This wrist-mounted computer represents the digital prowess of the engineer, emphasizing the AI-driven theme. Paint. Since this item cannot be painted in the game, it will remain its default color. These cosmetics provide a combination of a tech-forward appearance with a touch of classic engineer sophistication.
Let's add the cosmetics to the code. I wonder if this is like even correct. Should be. All right, so we have the cosmetics that he wanted. Virtual reality, Brainiac, and Pip-Boy. So, oh, this guy fast. All right, so we have our robots. Okay, I have added the hats as placeholders, and I will add the correct ID later. I have also added the short circuit, which you forgot to add among the other weapons. Now, your robot is going to be a paid robot, which is what the RC underscore cost means. And that is how much a robot costs depending on how many robots are in the game. So that means the more players, the more expensive this robot is. So you can adjust that if you want. Period. In this mode, there are 3 humans per 1 robot. Period. The balance is that the robots are slower but have more health and do more damage. Period. Feel free to alter any of the stats for your robot, either increasing or decreasing based on this fact for Team Fortress 2. The other team will only consist of humans and not have any robots in them. Okay, so let's see what it does with this. And oh yeah, RC robots or paid robots are stronger than normal robots.
Given the context that robots in this mode are meant to be more powerful and durable compared to human players, but are also limited in numbers and more expensive, here are some modifications I'd suggest to the ChatGPT Guardian stats to make it feel balanced and impactful. Health increased to 1800. As a premium robot, it should feel tankier and more resilient than the standard bots. Move speed penalty decreased to 0.80. While it should be slower than humans, it should not be too sluggish to the point of being an easy target. Metal regen increased to 200.0 per second. This gives it a better chance at frequently putting up buildings. Rage-giving scale decreased to 0.75. This ensures that killing the robot does not give the enemy too much advantage. Frontier Justice, GTF, Weapon, Sentry, Revenge. Attributes. Damage, bonus, increased to 1.25. Clip, size, penalty, remove. Let's allow for a standard clip size. Mod, sentry killed. Revenge, increased to 1.25 to allow for more revenge crits.
I don't
Eureka
think that's how it
effect,
works.
TF, weapon, mechanical arm. Attributes, damage. Bonus, reduce slightly to 2.5. Melee range multiplier, add a 1.50 multiplier for extended reach. Wrench attributes, construction rate, increased to 15.0 for faster build speed.
That's
Repair rate,
fucking fast.
increased to 3.0 for faster repairs. Enter
Dude.
dispenser. Radius increased to 3.0 to offer better support to robot teammates. NG building, health. Bonus, increased to 2.5 for sturdier buildings. RC cost, increased to 1.5 to reflect its premium nature. Remember, playtesting is essential. While these changes seem balanced on paper, they might need tweaks based on actual gameplay feedback. Would you like me to apply these changes directly to the CFG data?
Yes. I like how it says tech specialist, like that means anything. All right, so he's definitely like the smallest of the engineers so far. I'll also tell him that he can add attributes that aren't there, like faster firing speed and clip size bonus and whatever else he wants. As well as health 3 than anything. I think that would be the last time I will ask it to do something, and then I'll make the robot and put it in without testing it. And we'll see just how it plays. I could give it a melee range multiplier for the mechanical arm. Doesn't have that, but we could keep it in, sure. And he actually wants his teleporter to have less health. I'm going to fix that, because all of them should have, like, the same.
This should create a unique playstyle for the ChatGPT Guardian and make it an appealing choice as a premium bot. However, always remember to playtest any changes in-game to ensure they feel balanced and fit well into the gameplay flow.
All right, ChatGPT, that's great for now. I want you to make one final revision and see if there's any changes you want to do to make this robot better. Note that you can also add more attributes to the weapon, such as firing speed or any kind of crit attributing things or on-kill attributes for any of the weapons. Remember, think like Skynet, what would be the most optimal way of destroying humans while keeping TF2 game balance intact. It creates a robot, but it doesn't want to harm you. Damn.
To be clear, my design intent is not to harm humans, even in a virtual setting, but to provide balanced and fun gameplay. That being said, let's try to optimize the configuration for the robot while maintaining game balance. Here's the revised CFG for the ChatGPT Guardian. Added some attributes like on-kill for refilling ammo or overhealing, as well as boosting damage and range slightly. These changes should make the ChatGPT Guardian a challenging and engaging foe in the game, while not being overpowering to the point of breaking the game's balance. Again, testing in-game will be crucial to determine the efficacy and balance of these changes.
Yes, alright, so there's no on-kill ammo, and I'm not entirely sure what he wants there, so since it doesn't exist, I'll just say that it doesn't exist, and you can switch it for something else. I mean, I can make that attribute for him. So he gets like a firing speed increase on kill, which makes him kill even faster. Yeah, all right, I'll do that. I'll make...
My apologies for the oversight. Let's adjust the TF bot weapon Sentry Oct Revenge attributes to reflect a more suitable change. I'll swap out the refill ammo on kill for increased firing speed on kill for a temporary duration. This will allow the ChatGPT Guardian to fire more rapidly after securing a kill, enhancing its offensive capabilities for a short period. Here's the modified attribute for the TF weapon, sentry, weapon, revenge.
So no problem. I'll just add that as a custom attribute because that could be a fun on-kill thing.
The temp increase in firing speed for 5 seconds is a conceptual placeholder. If there's a specific attribute ID for such an effect in TF2's files, it should be used. Otherwise, if the game doesn't support such an attribute directly, scripting or additional mods might be required to achieve this effect.
All right, cool. Write a code snippet. I can make it do that. I can just give it the template and be like, here's the thing. Do it. Let's try that. So we do have a lot of custom attributes here. Okay, so here we have the baseline for this plugin that will only be for his robot. So it can be a better like custom attributes weapon, but for now we're just kind of hard coding it to that. So I will just do this because I can just make a function that does this. It doesn't need to know this. So it only needs to know if the attacker, so it doesn't need the victim, and then we just remove this. And then I can say like, this is the plugin that you will need for that, and you just need to plug it, and you can use like you can either add cond, you can add haste rune for faster firing speed, you can add attribute on the weapon itself. And then I think like you will need to use a temporary argument. You can add temporary attribute to the player, increasing the firing speed. So we have like something called set, what is it? It's like, all right, so let's see what it does. Is the client condition. All right, so here we have the plugin that does that, and I'll ask it to also. Okay, you can code this yourself. We have a template for robot abilities. Be sure to add yourself as co-author in the plugin. Select the attribute or condition you want on kill.
Given that the objective is to provide a temporary firing speed bonus upon a kill, utilizing the haste rune from manpower mode seems like a suitable choice, as it provides enhanced firing speed among other bonuses. The rune will provide the ChatGPT Guardian a short burst of enhanced capabilities, allowing it to capitalize on a kill. Let's modify the event death function to include the haste rune.
All right, well, I guess I used all my free stuff here. So, yeah, all right. So, that should be it for the robot. So, I'll just go ahead and complete the code and put this in and get it working. All right, guys. The robot has been created and imported. As you can see, it's here, called ChatGPT Guardian. It is Tech Specialist Rapid Build. And the game crashed. Oh boy. AI coded. It just works. All right, it worked. All right, there we go. It has 700 metal. Holy shit, dude. And we have the Pip. That's actually pretty cool. We have the Pip-Boy now. All designed by him. All right. And for a rapid builder, It's not very rapid. So it upgrades like 70. You have to hit it 3 times. All right. Okay, that's fine. All right, so that's cool. So let's see. Does it get the? If I destroy? Don't I get? I don't get revenges. Oh, I know why. Because it's like the attribute is fucked up. But anyway, we have 5 in the clip instead of 6. And we didn't get the haste rune, but that's on me. This robot is gonna be fucking nuts, dude. Holy shit. So if we like build. Alright, so right now it's adding the haste because I can get the kill thing right, but take a look at this. Look at the metal he has! Holy shit, dude! Wow, okay. I think this robot's gotta be good, guys. Alright, there we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, the very first robot ever in this mode, ever designed by an AI. Do you think he's gonna get like nerfed after 1 session? Because this looks pretty good to me. Let's go destroy that. We get 12. Holy fucking shit, dude. Wow, it's good. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more videos coming whenever. There's also more streams sometimes. And if you want to make your own robots, head over to our Discord or check out the GitHub. The link to the GitHub is on bmod.tf, so check out that site as well. And we're also looking for more robots to kind of fill out our roster and maybe like change them robots and stuff. We have some robots that are not used that much, but that's fine. So what we are primarily looking for is to fill out our paid pyros to 4 more pyros. So I want to have 6 in every category, and 3 more melee robots, and 3 more projectile-based demo man robots, and perhaps some more healers, 1 more spy, and I think the tank number is fine, but maybe more tanks too. But yeah, that definitely the stuff that we need stuff now in. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, all that stuff, and all hail ChatGPT's broken ass robot.